Hello from the Arizona desert. Today we're going to do a request type video, and I've had several subscribers request information on how I go about pinpointing with the Gold Monster 1000 or other detectors for that matter. And before I go into this, I'm going to mention a couple things. The Gold Monster is equipped with a double D coil, and one pinpoints a little differently with a double D coil than you would with a monocoil or a concentric coil. And the reason being, a double D is called a double D because inside that coil you have two windings of wire shaped like a capital D back to back. And there's a gap about that big in between the two, and that's where the hot spot's going to be on this machine and any machine with a double D coil for the most part. On a monocoil or a concentric coil, you have one winding, several layers of it going around and around and around on the outside. Therefore, any edge of the coil, anywhere from a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch in, is hot. And you'll be able to actually listen to your target from the edge of the coil to pinpoint it as opposed to the center of the coil. But today we're talking about the Gold Monster. So that means we're going to be pinpointing from the center of the coil. And just to help out, what I mean by the center of the coil right here is I like the spot right here where this second part of the M comes down and goes into the E and the L on Minelab. And that's right dead center in the coil, and that's where I look for my target to be when I'm pinpointing. And I'll explain how I do that in this short little video, or not so short, depends on how long it goes here. I'm going to take that thing off the tripod here in a minute, and we're going to put it down low, aim it down low, and I'm going to try to show you exactly how I go about this. The first thing you want to do when you're learning how to pinpoint with any machine is have a target that you know where it is so that you can practice where you're going to zone your focus on that coil. What I mean by that is when I'm walking around swinging with this coil, I'm fully aware it's a 5-inch round coil, but my eye is focused on that hot spot I just showed you on the coil. Right in here. So when I hear a target, I automatically kind of move forward to that spot and listen to the target from two different directions to kind of give myself a mental X on the ground, or X marks the spot. And often, us guys that have been detecting a long time take this for granted on the pinpointing part, and I've had a lot of people ask me, because when you first get started, I can remember having trouble locating the target. I'd spend a lot of extra time digging and not actually even getting the target. I got bugs around me out here after all this rain. Just a strange year for us. Anyway, I'm going to point the camera down, and we're going to fire this thing up and get it ground balanced. And I'm going to show you how I learned to pinpoint targets and how I pinpoint a target. So here we go. I've got a small nugget in this case, as you can see. And we're going to use that to do this little pinpointing exercise here. First, I'm going to ground balance as if I'm actually out hunting. Right now we're in auto 1. I got the volume turned all the way up so you can hear it, and we're in deep. Remember, you got to move this coil around on this machine so it flattens out and goes quiet. All right, we're ground balanced. Okay. Now here's our little target. It's right up in this corner of this case. We're going to put it right down there. That puts the target right there. Make sure we're still balanced. Okay, now watch as I come forward. You kind of hear it right there. You know there's something there. But to actually, this is a small nugget now. So to pinpoint this, I come forward. Okay, do you hear where it gets the loudest? Well, here we go again. Right there. Okay, I'm going to set it right down where it's the loudest. And it's right where the second part of the M comes down, and between the N, E, and the L, right at the E in Minelab. And as I go past, the signal diminishes. I come back. Now you notice that it's hot all the way down the center of the coil. Okay, so I use the front of the coil as a rule. to walk forward with the coil until I get the most aggressive signal. Okay, again, the nugget's in this corner. And I come up from the other side. Same thing. Back over here. And that's going to be the same with the big coil or the small coil and any double D coil. Now, in most coin relic machines, we have the option of turning on no motion or pinpoint and going forward until you can hear the target. And it kind of works for us here. You can see it's loudest right at that spot I told you. Start losing it here. Right under that E. Right in the center of that blue Minelab sticker right there. Okay, so now, I hope the wind isn't messing this up too much, but now I'm going to do a little walking around and see if we can find a couple targets, and we'll dig them up and I'll show you how I pinpoint. Alright, we got a target right here. Not a huge target. Okay, so now, remember I told you we're looking for the sound to be right where that E is. Right about where that E is, the back corner of that M. Now watch. Okay, come forward. Saying it's right there. Right there. Now if I come from the other side over here, loudest spot still right there. So, instead of just digging out a huge hunk of ground, I'm just going to take out this little piece right here. This could be a hot rock, but it's saying it's to the right and left, so hard telling. I dig all targets. Still there. Okay, we'll put this dirt right here. See how easy that was? Now it's in the scoop. Okay. Now the reason we go over the top of the coil with the scoop instead of our hands, this machine will hear your hands, sometimes more than others, and it can be confusing. It's much easier. And pinpointers for some of this stuff are, in my opinion, not the perfect tool, but they do work. On larger targets you don't want to hit with a pick, it's a good idea. Okay, it's in my hand. And right here it is. Just a little bitty piece of lead right there. Just a little piece of lead. But, hey, it's part of what we do. And it's still a good target. That little piece of lead could have been a nugget. But you saw how easy it was to pinpoint that little bitty thing. Right? Right at that E. Saves a whole lot of time and fooling around, my friends, if you know where your target is. I got a little faint target here. I moved some dirt and got a real target, so. Okay. Again, we're looking for the target to be right there at that E. Okay. You hear how it gets louder? It's right here. So, scoop that out. See if I missed it by a little bit. And I did not. It's in the scoop. Yeah. Put that back down in there. Dirt's still pretty moist from all the rain. Darn no-see-ums are out. They get in your ears and bite the heck out of you. Still in the scoop. Okay, it's in my hand now. Break up the skirt a little bit. Uh-oh. Well, I dropped it. Let's see if we can find it again. I felt something roll off my hand. Ah. Oh, maybe it's right there. Yeah, there it is. Must have bounced when I dumped it in my hand. Let's see if we can catch it again. Okay. And I'm going to turn the camera. Bear with me. Okay, once again. Right where the E is, it's right here. Get it balanced again. We got it. Okay, now let's see if I can do this without losing it again. Unreal. I'm going to blame it on the bugs. Driving me crazy. Well, it's in my hand. It's a BB. Right here. Another little piece of lead. You probably see the bugs buzzing around the camera too. They're horrible. And they're eating my little ears up. Anyway, that's how you pinpoint, my friends. Really not much to it than that. Take some practice. Just like anything else, you get better at it as you try. Just always remember that hot spot on this machine is right here. Right there. And good hunting. And like always, if you like these videos, do me a favor and support us a little bit by subscribing and liking and even sharing a little bit if you want. And we'll keep them coming. And till next time, Nugget Shooter out.